I was in the Navy quite a few years ago, and it really did more for me than I served then. I was able to get training in electronics. I worked on helicopter simulators, and when I got out, electronics was booming in the 80s. And so I really was blessed with a great job coming out of the military and very lucrative for me. And then fast forward to 2000 and probably 3 or 4, I was seeing the veterans coming back injured from Iraq. And it just struck me that here I had this sweet duty that I still haven't served. So I wanted to reach out, and when I moved here, I got the opportunity because I met the guys from Florida Vets for Common Sense. They were looking for seeds. I was already working at another garden, and I just approached them and said, let me be you need a grower, let me be your grower, because I want to give back to these people. And then as we progressed, I wanted this to become its own nonprofit. So I approached Florida Vets for Common Sense and asked them if we could take it on our own, and and they said yes, because they're an incubator of sorts anyway for other veteran programs. So we did take it and became Operation EcoVets because this is an organic farm and it is about the ecology and the environment. And I found a good connection there for veterans because many of them have been sprayed with a lot of chemicals when they were deployed. And so coming back, the last thing they want to do is be living with toxins, and many of them have disabilities because of those chemicals that they were exposed to. So they buy into the environment and they enjoy taking care of the small creatures. You know, that's kind of how veterans are. They want to take care of the needy and the underdog. Most of our veterans are hired. They are getting disability, but it is not enough for them to live on. So we hire part-time and we teach them horticulture and agriculture, if not for learning a business, but for their own edification, for growing their own food. So everyone that has worked here, because they come consistently, have said that even their girlfriends have said that they've calmed down, they're not easily agitated like they used to be, and I don't really bark at them very much. I tried in the beginning, but they don't respond to that. They'll go and do stress digging to just get away. But I really think that it's impacted many of them. So one story was while we were helping a vet who was really, many of these have been homeless vets, and they're just getting their way back. We will partner with Goodwill, will send us referrals, the vet center will send referrals, Turning Points would have sent referrals of guys that they had faith in that they can get back and grounded, and they just need a chance. And so there was one guy who was coming back and really was making progress, leaps and bounds, and then he had a home invasion. And it just set him back 6 months. And they become very reclusive if they have a trigger and they just have a setback. So I really bonded with him because I wouldn't give up on him. I sat on his stoop because he wouldn't come to work, he wasn't answering the phone. So you need, a regular employer is just going to fire you. So here, even other vets, when we've had vets that were trying to volunteer something and they didn't show up, we will come and find you and see what the problem is. Are you at risk? Are you having a bad issues with relapse in alcohol or something? So we can help bring them back. The VA doesn't have that bandwidth to be so individualized. And that's what we've noticed here is that we help veterans one at a time in a very personal way because we become their family. And so we keep track of each other, what's going on. Many are here alone, or they don't want to share these stories with their families because they don't want to share the experience. Even with myself, I don't press for information, but they will eventually slowly give tidbits out, and it releases their tension knowing that I know the truth of what happened and that I don't judge them because we have no right to judge them. We weren't in their shoes when they were there. All of that is encompassing and helping them, empowering them. We try to teach them business. Many of these vets on disability need more flexibility in their work hours because especially with PTSD, they have chronic insomnia. So it's hard for them to get up to work and get to work on time because they haven't slept all night. So we try to work with that where other employers are not going to do that, but I really think that they could be in business for themselves, and then they would have that flexibility to schedule when they are feeling well, and that there's not a supervisor lording over them, telling them, why aren't you at work? Many times they can't keep a job because of PTSD. People don't realize the depth that it affects the veteran with their cognitive abilities sometimes, sleep issues, and just night terrors. You know, they are on guard all the time because of their activity overseas. Being at the farm is very therapeutic. Horticultural therapy, they're actually coming up with actual exercises and things that you can actually do and measure so that we can see the effects on the PTSD. It's a gentle way of helping them heal. It brings them together. We share a meal, a farm meal together, and that helps a lot for their camaraderie and their buddy system that they don't have anymore when they come back.
I think the biggest thing that I've come to love about this place is that it creates a sense of camaraderie, you know, and that's what we seek. It's what we get in the military, so when we get out of the military, we kind of still seek that, and it's really hard to find it. Since I've been here, my personality, who I am as a person, has changed drastically. Like I said, this place gives me a sense of purpose, and once I had that sense of person, I felt like all the other stuff that was going on in my life didn't have any meaning anymore. And so now I spend most of my time here and with family.
And I'm so glad that I got back into the veteran family, because it is a family. Even if you don't know each other right away, you have this bonding just by your shared experience. So it's been wonderfully challenging, but also very rewarding.